Major League Baseball tonight. Happy Felix night. Felix on the mound tonight against the Cleveland Indians. Let's take a look at some of the work that Felix has turned in. It has been nothing short of sensational. How about these last 13 starts, Mike?
Well, one of the best runs we've seen from any pitcher in this league. 7-1 record, but a 1.36 ERA. Opponents hitting just 170 against him. And how about 113 strikeouts to only 17 walks? Felix has done basically everything right over this run. It's one of the greatest runs I have ever seen.
This dating back to May 18th. He has been phenomenal, maybe the best in baseball. How about this one? The last 13 starts. The numbers they're just sterling.
The one I like on this one the most is the ground ball outs per 9 innings. 12.5 ground ball outs on average for Felix. That means he's keeping the ball down. He's getting good run on his fastball. Of course, the great changeup. But he's also been able to use his curveball and the slider. People ask me, is this the best you've ever seen him? And I tell them, absolutely. The numbers show that. But I think just even from the eye test, when you see him go out there and the way he goes about his business, this is the best Felix Hernandez we have ever seen.
7 innings, 2 or less runs. If he does it again tonight 14 times, he'd own the record himself. He's currently tied with Tom Seaver. He goes against Corey Kluber, who had a perfect game into the 7th inning in his last start. He's been very good for Cleveland.
Well, a lot of you may not know who this is, but this is a talented young man. He has a good fastball. He'll top out at 96 miles an hour. Also a hard breaking ball for him, and he'll use a cutter. Throws a lot of strikes, 65 to 70% strikes for this guy, so the Mariners have to be ready early. You do not want to fall behind him.
Last night at this time, we were clamoring for offense, some runs for the Mariners. Well, guess what? They produced some last night to come up with a victory. If they can do it again tonight, they'll get the series win. A lot of contributions. Nice to see the ball flying around the yard here at Progressive Field. Mariners going to make it 2 in a row. That's their aim with Felix on the mound tonight. And glad you're with us here on Root Sports. Mariners and the Indians, first pitch straight ahead. Skies look good above Progressive Field. Nice breeze with the American flag above to the south and west. Bad weather, but we believe we have plenty of time, a big enough window to get in. Game 2 of this 3-game series. The Mariners taking on the Cleveland Indians. Last night the Mariners win. First time since 2011, ending a 6-game losing streak. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order tonight against the Tribe.
Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Chevron. A different look to the lineup again. Dustin Ackley leading off, 3 hits last night. First time in the leadoff spot, so he'll stay there. Chavez didn't start last night, back in the lineup hitting second. Then it's Cano, Morales, Seager, Morrison, Mike Zunino. You can say tied with the team lead with 16 home runs, tied with Kyle Seager. Long home run for him last night. Then it's Miller back in the lineup hitting 8. Jones rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. And for Kluber on the year, 162 strikeouts with 33 walks. 162 strikeouts and 149 and a third. That's a big number for him. Opponents hitting .240. He has given up 10 home runs this year.
Great win by the Mariners last night. 5-2, ending a 6-game losing streak here in this ballpark. Kluber's been very good this year. 28-year-old out of Birmingham, Alabama. Came over 2 years ago, make that 4 years ago tomorrow, from the San Diego Padres in the Jake Westbrook deal. First pitch of the ball game. In there for a strike. Vic Carapazza out of Florida, an Air Force veteran. He's got balls and strikes this evening with Gabe Morales at first, Angel Hernandez at second, and Larry Vanover at third. How about Ackley, what he's been doing? .390 in the month of July.
A lot of people were wondering, getting his first start of the season in the leadoff spot last night, but he responded 3 for 5 last night with a couple of RBIs and a double.
Fly ball left field. Backing up Chris Dickerson. One away.
Take a look at the rest of the defense for the Indians. Michael Brantley will be in center field. David Murphy out and right. Chisenhall, the third baseman. Cabrera and Kipnis playing up the middle. Carlos Santana, the former catcher, is at first base, and Yan Gomes will do the catching tonight. For Kluber, again, his fastball 93 to 94. He will top out at 96. Throws a hard breaking ball. Sometimes it looks more like a slider, sometimes a little bigger break, like a curve. But a hard breaking ball for him, and he'll also throw a cutter. His cutter will be about 88 miles an hour.
There's Andy Chavez. How about Kluber? Last outing against Kansas City. Perfect game for 6 1/3. Wound up getting a no decision. Fouled off.
His last couple outings, he's been on a pretty good run. Did give up 4 runs to the White Sox 3 starts ago, but against the Tigers, he went 8 2/3, pitching deep into ball games, 2 earned runs, and then the game against Kansas City, Dave, that you were talking about. And the reports are that he throws a lot of strikes. He'll be 65-70% strikes, which is impressive for a power pitcher.
You know it. 0-2. Fouled off by Andy. Kluber trying to win his 4th decision in a row. He's already done that once back in the month of May, where he went 4-0 with a 2.09 ERA. Terry Francona managing the Indians as manager of the Red Sox in 07. He knocked the Indians out of the ALCS after being down 3-1. Here's Kipnis throwing out Indy. Two outs to bring up Robinson Cano. And Cano, the only hitter in the starting lineup that has previously faced Corey Kluber.
1 for 4 against Kluber.
Cano still the number 2 hitter in the league behind Jose Altuve. Jose's at 343 and Robbie at 327. Bouncing ball up the middle of that. Kipnis will throw out the Mariners' second baseman. 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners. Felix Hernandez about to take the mound when we come back. You're looking at the King, and he's in position right now on the roll he's on to win his second career Cy Young Award. Mariners and Indians, bottom of the first. Take a look at the Tribe lineup that will face Felix Hernandez tonight.
For manager Terry Francona leading off, it will be the second baseman Kipnis. Then it's Cabrera. Brantley having a good year, hitting .316 overall. Santana, Chisenhall, Nick Swisher, the DH tonight. Last night, 2 for 4 with a double. Then you have Murphy, Gomes, and Dickerson rounding out the 9.
Fly ball left field. Backs up Ackley. One away.
And we'll take a look at the rest of the defense for the Mariners. Ackley in left, Jones out in center field. Indy Chavez getting the start in right. And on the infield, Seager at third. Miller back in the lineup. He will play shortstop. Cano and Morrison on the right side. And Mike Zunino with his 16th home run last night will do the catching again tonight. For Felix on the year, a 1.99 ERA, 11-2 record for him. 173 strikeouts, only 29 walks. Opponents hitting 197 against him.
And you thought 2010 was good.
It was.
But this is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's setting another bar this year with what he's done.
13-12, a 2.27 ERA in 2010 when he did win the Cy Young Award in the American League.
It's amazing. Has a chance to set an American or a major league record tonight. And when you look at him with the 13 that he already has, consecutive starts with 7 innings, 2 runs or less, there isn't anybody even close in this league.
That's right.
And a number of the people from the Indians were asking me about him, and I said it's the best that I've ever seen, especially over the time frame that we've seen it this year. He's been so consistent with his outings. And they were talking about his changeup. I said, you know, his changeup is still, in my mind, the best pitch in baseball, but he's had excellent command of his fastball. At times, he's topped out at 95 miles an hour again. But he's also had a better slider and a better curveball this year. He has all 4 pitches working for him. He's just tough.
Goes back to when Harold Reynolds, our good friend at MLB Network and former Mariner, asked Felix, which one of your pitches is your best? And he said, all of them.
And I think we would have to agree with that.
There's Cano throwing out Cabrera, 2 outs.
You see the team record in his last 13 starts, 10-3 record. Obviously, he didn't get all the wins in those starts, but the team did well. Run support, 4 runs. Not that great. Look at the numbers. Home runs allowed, 3. Slugging percentage against 232 slugging percentage. On base percentage, just over 200. Just great numbers for Felix.
And that's with 9 no decisions. And in most of those games, he was tied or ahead. So, I mean, with a little bit of luck, that 11-2 would be something like 19 and something. Here's Michael Brantley.
For the Indians, they have a few hitters that have had success against Felix. Kipnis, the leadoff hitter, hitting .353. He ended up flying out in his first at, but Brantley .364 with a home run off of Felix. And the other one, Murphy, who's had more at bats than anybody from his days when he was with the Rangers. Murphy .308, but 3 home runs for him.
Brantley 0 for 3 with a walk last night. 1-1. Felix will cover. Nice operation. He and Cano. A 1-2-3 first inning. Good start for the King. Well, a smile, too, as we go to the second inning. Root Sports being brought to you by Ford. We are local. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, where there's a world of dining opportunities from gourmet Asian cuisine to the legendary seafood buffet. Mariner fans here in attendance in Cleveland. Good to see them. And boy, did they pick a great night. We get to see Felix Hernandez on the mound. Mariners trying to get game 2 in this series, wrap it up tomorrow night, and head off to Baltimore for a weekend. Felix and Cano having a nice laugh coming off the field. You think Felix covering the bag didn't expect to get the express from Robinson Cano from close range?
Well, we were talking about it laughing. With Cano, everything looked so easy, but I think he put a little extra on it. Felix was a great athlete, was able to handle it fine, but I think it surprised him a little bit. They were both laughing.
Things, some heat on it. Kendrys Morales to lead off. They're talking. You can hear him in Spanish talking about it during the break. They're having a lot of laughs. There's Morales. How's the phrase go? Looking to get untracked.
Yeah, looking for a better night. Had a tough night last night, so hopefully I have a better night tonight. You can see 0 for 5 last night.
He's 1 for 15 since his return to the Mariners. Slicing drive left field that Dickerson takes care of. Well, we're inside 24 hours before the trade deadline, and the Tribe made a move just hours ago, sending their right-hander Justin Masterson. They're going to get James Ramsey in return, and salute to their departed former teammate. Now they're wearing their socks, wearing their pants up high, just the way Masterson did, the big right-hander out of Jamaica. Just the entire 9 out there.
Well, it's interesting the way baseball goes sometimes. They were looking for Masterson to probably be their best pitcher this year. It's turned out to be Kluber, and Masterson had his struggles. ERA at 5.5. They certainly weren't expecting that. His velocity was down, and he didn't seem to have any answers for the reason why, but he'll move on to St. Louis. Maybe they can make some adjustments with him there and he can get things turned around, but it looks like the Indians end up picking up a talented outfielder, former first-round pick.
Kyle Seager wants it a strike.
And we talked about Kluber throwing strikes. 12 pitches, 12 strikes for Kluber.
Be ready.
When you look at his strikeout numbers, he's not somebody that you want to fall behind. I would look for the Mariners probably the second time through to be more aggressive. Indians, of course, have the shift on with Kyle hitting.
One and two. Mariners had Taylor and Zunino get hit by pitches last night. Kluber out of Birmingham, Alabama, lives in Jacksonville, Florida now.
We talked about it with Zunino. He is now tied for the league lead in getting hit. He and Chu have both been hit 11 times this year.
You don't want that on your baseball card.
No, that's not one you're trying to win.
One, two.
Chris Taylor, who was hit last night, he seems to be fine. Not in the lineup tonight, but I think it's more because of the numbers. Kluber is really tough on right-handers with that hard breaking ball, so he goes with the lefty Brad Miller at shortstop, but Taylor's available.
Righty's hitting 220. Lefty's 262. Kluber's a guy that this year just started really showing up in all that. When you watch the post-game shows, it's like Corey Kluber. It's like, my goodness, his numbers are really good. And as we mentioned, trying to win 4 consecutive games for the second time this season.
Well, so far he's topped out at 95 miles an hour. Basically stayed with his good fastball and cut fastball. Again, his cutter around 88, 89.
One, two. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think everybody in baseball obviously has a lot of respect for Felix, and they all enjoy watching him pitch. Terry Francona was talking about his pitcher. He said with this matchup tonight, if he wasn't managing, he would buy a ticket and come watch.
A lot of people would buy that. Beats the shift. Nice work, Kyle Seager. 1 out single here. First base runner First base hit for the Mariners. Make sure you join us as we honor the man who led the Mariners to 840 wins and 3 division titles during his reign as Seattle's manager. Friday, August 8th, Lou Piniella Hall of Fame luncheon at Safeco Field. Make sure you're there to see Sweet Lou and other Mariner legends, including Edgar Martinez and Jay Buhner. It's going to be an unforgettable afternoon. For tickets to this unique event on the Safeco Field Diamond, log on to mariners.com/HOF.
I guess we shouldn't be surprised to see Seager get the first hit for the Mariners. Kyle likes hitting in this ballpark. Hitting .417 in his career here at this ballpark. So it's a base hit going against the shift. And again, it was one of those deals we were talking about it last night, Dave. It's fastball away from him. And Kyle now is starting to take advantage of that. I think that will be a huge advantage for him if he can get the guys to not shift against him quite as much. And we've seen him get a bunt base hit now and now hit the ball the other way.
And how many times, you mentioned it last night, they're shifting one way, pitching him another. Right? Talking about what the Cleveland ball club was doing against the Mariners.
Right. And well, not just them, we've seen that quite a bit this year. And it's hard to understand, but you have to make them change. And it looks like Kyle's moving in that direction, which is a good sign for him.
Morrison at 202 coming into tonight's action. And he's looking for a new map, a new road. 7 for his last 64 over his last 17 games.
Well, I think the hope is that he was able to hit that double in his last at bat last night. And hopefully that'll get him moving in the right direction again.
Mariners won last night 5-2, banged out 11 hits, left 9. Iwakuma got the win. 9-5, and Kuma now for his last 14 road starts, 9-0 with a 2.17 ERA. A back-to-back setup this is, having Iwakuma and Felix Hernandez. Then you're going to come back with Chris Young, who's got a great record at 9-6, and with a little bit of luck, he's already in double-figure wins. One out with Seager at first. Lomo's got a 1-2 count. Hit it hard right to Santana. Throws down for the tag. Gets the double play. Well done. Talking to Ty Van Berkeley on. He couldn't say enough about Santana, how well he's been playing at first base. No score. June 29th, what a gem Felix threw against the Cleveland Indians back home in Seattle. 8 innings of just outstanding work. 1 hit, 3 walks, and 9 Ks. Good stuff. Cano with a big blast in that one as well. Felix pitched a 1-2-3 inning. He'll face Santana, Chisenhall, and Swisher 4, 5, and 6 here in the second inning.
With Santana hitting, the Mariners will put the shift on for Santana. He was able to get a base hit through the shift last night. See Brad Miller on the right side of the infield. Cano out on the grass.
High fly ball. Easy play for Ackley. Starting to see a lot of this. You talked about it.
Being aggressive.
Better get it early. I mean, early, not only early in the game, but early in the count.
Early in the count, yeah. You look at Felix's overall numbers, and most of the hitters have faced him and know what he's about. And the run that he's on, you can't afford to fall behind. And so I think he should be able to get some easy outs early in the game if he's able to locate his fastball, which so far he's been able to do. You can see 9 pitches, 7 strikes for him. But I think most hitters, they're not comfortable off of him, and we're going to see them try to be aggressive. And I think you'll probably see the same thing from the Mariners once they get through the lineup the first time. Remember, they have not faced Kluber, as you mentioned. Cano, the only one that has any experience against him, and that's just 4 at-bats. So as a hitter, you want to get an idea of what he has before you start hacking away, and I think we'll see more of that. And here's another lazy fly ball out to left. But I think the Mariners will be more aggressive the second time through once they get a chance to see Kluber, because he is on his game tonight, too.
Third put out for Ackley, 2 down here in the second.
I thought Dustin Ackley may have had one of his best games defensively last night.
By that.
A couple of running catches over his shoulder out in the left center field, was able to cut a ball off and hold a guy to a single with a quick, strong throw into second base. It was a perfect one-hop throw to go along with the 3 hits that he had last night. Really played well.
Quick 2 outs, Nick Swisher.
Oh, and he also played the 1 ball off the wall out there perfectly. Made a strong throw into second. It was a good night for him.
Strike 1 to Swisher. I'm talking to Ty Van Berkeley, the hitting coach for the Tribe, used to be with the Mariners. What's up with Swisher? Case of trying too hard. Hometown guy or home area guy. And, you know, Swish, he's, to say the least, an effervescent personality. There's Ty.
And he's already a high energy guy, so.
Ty, complimented Ty. Ty's down. He's taking care of his weight. He looks good. Ackley going to get another opportunity here. It's the Dustin Ackley show, everybody. He's got all 3 putouts in the second inning and 4 in the first 2 innings. And Felix has no problem with that. Cleveland, time for our Seattle City Light Power Play. And how about Mike Zunino last night?
Well, we talked about him getting hit by pitches, but every now and then he'll do this to you. His 16th home run on the year. That's the most by any American League catcher. And it also ties Kyle Seager for the team lead in home runs.
Zunino, Miller, and Jones here in the third against Corey Kluber. One hit in the ball game so far on a 2-2 pitch. Kyle Seager beat the shifter, singled to left, then he got erased in a double play to end the second inning. On a 1 to Mike. Nice little streak going, 4 for his last 8. I like this number 2. 33 of his 64 hits are for extra base hits. 16 homers, 16 doubles, and a triple. One and 2.
26 pitches, 22 strikes for Kluber so far.
Get the hacking, boys.
Let's look at those numbers from Zunino, and I think that you look at it, extra base hits, obviously impressive. You'd like to see more hits for him overall, and I think that he will certainly get there.
Might get one here. Foul.
Obviously, he's a smart guy handling this pitching staff, the best pitching staff in the American League, and Mike has to handle those guys on a daily basis, a lot on his plate, and I think you're going to see those numbers go up for him, and I think they're going to go up quickly.
Biggest advocate is the skipper, Lloyd McClendon. So he's going to do that, but he's also going to get his home runs. And he says the strikeouts will start to drop before long. You watch in the coming years. That number's going to improve. Time now for our CenturyLink link to what's next. Chris Young takes them out against Zach McAllister. We're on the air at 3:30 for tomorrow. Chris with some impressive numbers. Bullet's hitting just .212, and that's up from .206 from about 2 starts ago.
It's been very good for the Mariners this year. McAllister's had his struggles, so hopefully some of the guys can get healthy against him tomorrow.
There's Brad Miller back in the lineup. Goes the other way. Line drive right at the third baseman, Chisenhall. 2 down.
Well, Brad's been paying attention. A lot of first pitch strikes, a lot of first pitch fastballs for strikes. So he jumps on this pitch. Unfortunately, it is right at the third baseman, Chisenhall, but a good swing from Brad. Hit it hard.
James Jones, 0 for 4 last night, 0 for his last 13. See how he fares against Kluber.
And again, first pitch strikes. Out of the batters that he has faced, 8 first pitch strikes out of the 9.
One. Kluber got to the Cleveland Indians in the 2011 season. 3 games, no record, a big ERA of 8.5. Since then, 2012, 2-5 in 12 games. 11-5 last year in 26 ball games and 24 starts. Terry Francona, very impressed with the young man. And Jones, swing and a miss, he's gone. So second strikeout for Kluber. Got an authentic pitching duel going on here in Cleveland. Outstanding start, scoreless ball game here in Cleveland. He's battling Corey Kluber. And check out what he's done with that changeup since May 18th.
And in this current run that he has been on, 438 changeups thrown, only 76 put in play. And how about just 13 hits off of his changeup? Just terrific numbers. Opponent's batting average, .097. And his strike percentage, surprisingly, it's up that high. That is a high percentage with the changeup and the amount of movement he gets at 63%. So we talk about it all the time as the best pitch in baseball, and I think those numbers show the reason why. Almost unhittable.
David Murphy to lead off. David's seen plenty of Felix from his days in Texas, a .308 hitter against Felix. Felix looking for his first strikeout. Dustin Ackley's been busy. He's made 4 putouts already. And Cano will get his 3rd assist. And Felix has retired the first 7 men that he's faced. Big series requires a big giveaway. So on Saturday, August 30th, Mariners host the Washington Nationals. We're going to give away a collectible fit for a king. It's Felix Hernandez bobblehead night. Free to the first 20,000 fans through the gate. So stop by Mariners.com right now and get your tickets to join us for this can't miss event. See if they can ask the Nationals to bring their racing presidents with them too.
I think people would enjoy that.
That was a riot. That was 2 years ago. We were in Washington. 3 years ago. That was fun. Yan Gomes. Young catcher. He can hit.
He's having a good year. 280, 14 home runs. Leads all catchers in RBIs. Second home runs to Zunino. Well, you want him hitting without runners on. He leads the American League with runners in scoring position, a .372 average for Gomes.
Isn't that the truth?
He's been a really good player for him.
We got evidence of that last year in May. A couple of home runs in a game, including a walk-off. Did not go as a check with Gabe Morales. 2-1.
And for Felix so far, 20 pitches, 15 strikes.
Gomes out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. 2-2. Phillies with a record of 3-5, a 4.50 ERA here at Progressive Field. Coming in, Andy Chavez. Puts it away for out number 2. Chris Dickerson, the left fielder, stands in. Gomes along with Andre Rienzo, the only 2 Brazilians in the major leagues. Rienzo's been up and down with the White Sox. Just recalled recently. Chris Dickerson, the hitter. Left fielder went 2 for 3 last night, and a single and a double.
We're talking about Kluber throwing a lot of strikes. So is Felix. Kluber, 8 first pitch strikes to the 9 batters that he has faced. For Felix now, 9 batters, 7 first pitch strikes.
On 1 pitch. Outside, 2-1.
I think with Felix, it's one of those things too. If you're a manager trying to manage against him, you know that you don't want your hitters particularly to fall behind because he gets tougher when that happens. But at the same time, you want to try to get his pitch count up because you want to get him out of the game.
Twixt in between.
Right. So many times he will actually make that decision for you, and he's been on such a good run, throwing a lot of strikes. I think you have to be aggressive, because if you fall behind, you're in trouble. 173 strikeouts coming into this game, which is second in the American League.
I think if I was in Terry's shoes, proactive would be the case.
I think so.
Second in ERA to Chris Sale. Strikeout number 1. And it ends the third inning. A clean pass through the Indians' order through the first 9. Back with more right after this. Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Seattle City Light. Visit seattle.gov/WePower for more information. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box for the new Jalapeno Ranch or Barbecue Ultimate Cheeseburgers at participating restaurants. Well, we got the King on the mound, and over at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, an exhibit of the King, Elvis Presley, King of Rock and Roll. And there's the great Antoine Fats Domino to the left out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Elvis, Fats suit. Hey, Felix will wear some stuff now. We've seen him get on the plane.
That's some great suits.
Yes. But Couture finds all the latest stuff. All right, they've seen Corey Kluber. This begins the second time around.
I think they're going to be more aggressive on his fastball. Make him throw his breaking ball early. See if you can get into some counts that work. That's the cutter right there at 87 miles an hour. Again, his cutter will be 87, 88. Got some great comparisons with Felix and Kluber this year. Again, a lot of people really haven't heard of him yet. Felix comes in with his 1.99 ERA. He's second in the American League. Kluber 2.77. That's eighth. Yeah. And strikeouts, Felix is second. He's fourth in strikeouts in the American League.
Third in innings pitch behind Felix. David Price leading the way. All right, you're a baseball lifer. What's your gut reaction? You get double. We talked about this over the last few days. You got double wild cards, both leagues. We're inside 24 hours before the trading deadline. You're expecting what?
Not much, to be honest with you. I really don't expect a lot to happen. I think that if any clubs were going to do something, they would have done it by now. There's that hard slider they're talking about from Kluber. So I just don't see it. I think a lot of clubs are looking at their own situations, and even though they have a chance to get in there, it's a one-game playoff, and I think that the asking price from the clubs that are in it is pretty high right now. So I think it's just making it really difficult for clubs to make some deals. So I don't expect any of the clubs, a lot to happen tomorrow.
Our warmest regards to the great Vin Scully, who's decided to come back again next year. His Eminence is going to be back. All right. I loved how they announced it last night at Dodger Stadium. They had Ryu, and speaking in Korean, here's Endy. And Yasiel Puig saying it in Spanish, and I didn't catch who the third guy was. It might have been one of their catchers, and he says, what these guys are trying to say is Vince Scully's going to be back for another year. They played it on the Diamond Vision, and the place went nuts in L.A. last night. Good stuff.
That's great, man.
Good man.
Yeah. '66 years.
66th year. Holy man. Spoke with him about a month ago. Just to say hello. Hello, Dave. Andy to right center field. Long run for Brantley. And he reaches up and makes the catch. Boy, he had it all the way. Well done. Andy drove it a long way with 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 4th. Each of a series. Next Tuesday and Wednesday, the Mariners and the Atlanta Braves compete in a rare interleague matchup at Safeco Field. Whether you come to Tuesday 7:10 game or Wednesday afternoon 12:40 matinee under the summer sun, pick up those tickets. Go again on Mariners.com. Braves starting today's action half game behind Washington. We'll see the Nationals as well. That'll be at the end of August. Wouldn't mind seeing a Hernandez-Strasburg matchup. That'd be
great. Yeah.
Gio Gonzalez pitching well for them as well. Here's Cano, bounced out to Kipnis. Just 1 hit in the game. It belongs to Kyle Seager. 1 out single in the 2nd. Kluber struck out 3. Felix has struck out 1. No walks so far.
I was thinking about it before the game, looking at this pitching matchup. And it was going to be a good one. And thought maybe if you're going to get to either one of these starters, you're going to have to do it in the first couple innings before they can settle in. If you don't do that, then it may just come down to something as simple as somebody hitting a home run. I'm looking towards Kyle Seager. Now, Kyle likes hitting in this ballpark already with a base hit.
It doesn't look like it's going to be a buildup, right?
No. The problem is neither Kluber or Felix have given up home runs this year.
Well stroked. Base hit by Cano, bobbled by Murphy. Cano had his head up. He's digging for second. He is in there.
Could be a base hit, E9.
You bet.
Good hustle by Cano, running hard the entire way. How many times you see an outfielder get tied up with a ground ball, but he hits this one right on the button, a screaming line drive, and it handcuffs Murphy out in right. But Cano running hard with 2 outs, figured it was worth the chance. And even though it was a good throw from Murphy, Cano was able to get into second.
Second error by Murphy on the season.
Bring up Morales. Morales flew out the left field his first time.
Brandon Morales didn't have his spring training, and he had the games with Minnesota. What are you seeing when you watch him out there right now?
Well, I think sometimes you get into it. Last night, I thought it was pitch recognition. He was having a hard time picking up pitches, I thought. Missed a couple of his games when we were back home when he first came over.
Played 39 games with Minnesota. Bouncing ball taken by Santana, taking himself in a quiet 4th inning. No runs, a hit, 1 error, 1 man left, no score. That was Felix's last start. He was wonderful. 7 innings and 5 hit, 1-run ball, left with a 1-1 score. And he's trying to stand alone atop this category. 7 innings, 2 or less earned runs. This will be his 14th consecutive if he can get it done and stand alone, leaving the company of Tom Seaver. Second time through the order for the Tribe. Here's the leadoff man, Jason Kipnis. Breaking ball for strike. Kipnis a fly out the left.
Both pitchers here so far. Kluber, 4 innings. He's 45 pitches, 39 strikes. Felix through the first 3, 27 pitches, 20 strikes. 72 pitches overall, 59 strikes between the 2 pitchers.
Anything you can do, I can do better. On 2 strikes, 1 strikeout, no walks. No runs, no hits given up by Felix Hernandez. Good stuff here to start. Kluber's given up 2 hits. He struck out 3 and no walks. Felix overall against Cleveland, 15 previous starts, 7 and 5 at 2.980 only. And here progressive 3 and 5 with a 4.50 in 9 starts. 2 and 2 to Kipnis.
Couple of good curveballs from Felix to Kipnis. Started him off with a curveball and then that last one, and it's a hard 12-6 curveball. You don't see many batters square that pitch up.
Felix an all-star starter this year. Kipnis an all-star last year. Count runs full. There's missed Kipnis first time around. He had a strained right oblique. On deck hitter, Asdrubal Cabrera. Three and 2 to Kipnis. Another play for Cano. Tricky hop. Goes out the Tribe. Second baseman. 1 away.
I'm talking about a couple of good curveballs to Kipnis, and let's look at his curveball again over this same streak that he's on right now. 224 pitches. Only put it in play 20 times out of 224 curveballs thrown. Just 4 hits. That's how good his curveball has been. Opponents hitting 138 against his curveball. And again, his strike percentage, wherever you want to see it, 68% strikes with his curveball.
Cabrera is going to be the hitter, grounded out. Cano's first time. Never had a chance on that pitch. 0-2.
Jones shading towards left center. The rest of the defense straight up with Cabrera hitting.
Felix ahead 0-2. Get out of play.
Good fastball right on the outside corner.
Mariners will wrap up the month and the series tomorrow against Cleveland. And then on to Baltimore for 3. And a rare home day off. That'll be Monday. Timeout call. Carapazzo pointed to his chest. Glenn McClendon. No manager likes to see his his pitcher, especially his ace, go into the windup and have to stop midway.
Yeah, I don't think Felix liked it either. Again, the umpire doesn't have to give you time just because you ask for it.
Strikeout. Tag applied by Zunino. Second strikeout for Felix. 2 down here in the fourth. Here's Angie Mento. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Angels in Toronto holding those 2 spots. Yankees and the Mariners 2 games back. Kansas City 3 back. Tampa Bay 5 back in a wild card chase. Felix has retired the first 11 men. Just struck out Cabrera for his second strikeout. Now Brantley 1-0. Rounded out to Cano. Back-to-back nights, a lot of quality pitches. Iwakuma walked 1, which was a shock last night in the first, ending a run of 35 2/3.
And I think this is the first hitter he's fallen behind on. 2-0. A lot of first pitch strikes from Felix, and if he's missed with that first pitch, he's come right back with a strike.
2-1.
Curveball again.
Have some. You made a good point, was it last night, talking about what do you eliminate when all 4 of them are working?
Yeah, it's something that big league hitters will do. They'll watch a pitcher, and typically starters will have 4 different pitches that they throw, and you can eliminate one of them because they may only throw it 5 to 6 times throughout the game. And then if they don't have command of their other pitches or they're not plus pitches, they'll eliminate it. With Felix, all of his pitches are plus pitches, and he's shown the ability to throw them all for strikes, so you can't eliminate anything. And when he gets that tremendous run on his fastball and the downward action on his changeup and then to the left-handers, that slider going down and into him, it's just difficult.
Payoff here to Brantley. Chop foul. 2-2 pitch. Felix was headed to the dugout. He thought he had a K. Felix can get the win tonight. It'll be his first since July 11th when he beat the A's. 3-2 going 8 strong innings, striking out 9. 3-2. Strike 3 called. He's retired the first 12 men that he's faced. K'd the last 2 for a total of 3. What a start. No score here in Cleveland. tweet your photos using the hashtag Mariners fan photo. A chance to have it shown later on in this game. Brought to you by AT&T. Taking care. Fan photo people here in Cleveland. Get the fans up on the big board here at Progressive Field. Kyle Seager going to lead it off here for the Mariners in the 5th inning. Got the first hit of the ball game. Looks at a strike. 2-2 pitch. His first time up. Single to left against the shift.
The only adjustment that the Indians have made is Kyle had a bunt base hit against the shift last night, so they're leaving the third baseman Chisenhall in his normal spot to take the bunt away. But Kyle last time hitting the ball the other way for a hit against the shift. And Kluber's also switched up a couple of cut fastballs in on his hands, so trying to pitch him to the defense.
Terry Francona moves Chisenhall back to the shortstop position now.
Yeah, with 2 strikes, they will do that.
0-2. Seager, Morrison, and Zunino here in the 5th inning. There's Timmy. 2-2. Win 2, and he swings and misses. 4th strikeout for Kluber. 1 away. Here in the 5th inning, Mariners can already promise a clutch hit when they take on the White Sox Friday, August 8th. It's because it's EQC Girls Night Out. When you purchase a specially priced ticket, you're going to pick up a Mariners fashionable clutch. It's a great accessory. A ticket to the game and your first drink is available for as low as $25 only at mariners.com/girls. Enjoying their own Girls Night Out here. There's Logan Morrison.
Logan hit the ball hard his first time up. Had a double in his last at bat last night and hit it hard his first time up. Unfortunately, it was right at the first baseman, Santana, who was able to make the play.
Up the middle, Kipnis can't get it. Morrison with a base hit. 3rd Mariner hit this evening. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Here's Mike Zunino. Leads the American League with 16 home runs. He's 3rd overall. Devin Mesoraco of the Cincinnati Reds has 18, and Evan Gattis of the Braves have 17, and then Mike at 16. Home run leaders for catchers. Down to 3rd. Nice hop for Chisenhall. Gets the Kipnis for 1 to Santana as they go around the horn and the double play. Well turned. Around the horn they go. Chisenhall to the line. And a good, strong, accurate throw to Kipnis. Get the double play. Gentlemen, what a great duel we have here tonight. Felix against Corey Kluber. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Wrap it up tomorrow here in Cleveland, then on to Baltimore, Atlanta, the Sox, and the Blue Jays. Good looking homestand coming up where the Mariners hit the road again, and that road trip will be Detroit, Philly, and Boston. Right now, speaking of the Orioles, they have a 4-0 lead over the Angels. Top of the 5th inning, Adam Jones is home, but it's 21st. That's against Garrett Richards.
I think that's back-to-back days for Adam.
It looks perfect through the first 4 innings. Here's Carlos Santana.
46 pitches, 33 strikes for Felix.
Sharp.
And it looks like he's throwing more and more curveballs. We saw the Indians try to be a little bit aggressive on his fastball early in the count, so he's throwing more curveballs for strikes to get ahead.
Tigers put 6 up on the board in the first inning at home and lead the White Sox 6-0. Blue Jays 2-0 over the Red Sox. Bottom 4. The 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Felix has struck out the last 2 that he's faced. 3 of the last 4. 2-1. It's been 3-2 to Kipnis, 3-2 to Brantley. First time he's been 3-1. Reconfiguring the shift now as Miller moves back to shortstop and Kyle Seager moves over to second base area. 3-1.
Good play. Stayed with it. Felix has had a good fastball again tonight. Been right around that 93, 94 mile an hour range.
3-2 to Santana. Walked it. First tried base runner. 3 of the last 4 hitters have gone to 3-2 counts. Let's check out our Geico this date in MLB history. Indians beat the Mariners 9, 8, and 17 innings at the Kingdome. And all hands on deck for this one. Runners in scoring position, 4 for 20. Ooh. Chisenhall tries to get a bunt down. Next night, Andy Johnson was traded in the middle of the game. Freddie Garcia, John Halama, and Carlos Guillen.
Seeing 229 pitches, 17 innings. I was talking to a scout today, and he was in Arlington yesterday for that ball game.
12-11.
84 pitches in the 7th inning.
What?
Yeah.
I knew there was a lot of. Wow, time of inning. Did they give that?
He said he was tired.
Jeez. 1-1 here to Chisenhall. 2-1. Felix in a stretch for the first time tonight. Two balls, 2 strikes. Two. First hit, Indy can't cut it off. It's going to get all the way to the fence. Santana to third. There's Cano. They hold him. Sarball knows of Cano's arm. Decided to play for the bigger inning instead of risking the slower Santana trying to score.
Well, I think this is a break for the Mariners. Ball is hit hard. You can see this fastball right in the middle of the plate. Chisenhall, one of the good hitters for the Indians, he's able to hit it through the gap. And I think that Cano, he looked like he was going to come up to try to keep Chisenhall from getting to third. Santana would have scored, and by holding him up. And Chisenhall, he thought he was going to score too. You can see him busting it around second, trying to go for the triple, and Cano was going to try to throw him out at third. So maybe a break for the Mariners. If Felix can get a strikeout, Mariners will bring their infield in.
First 2 men have reached here in the 5th inning. Walk and a double. Chisenhall, his 21st double. Brings up Nick Swisher. All one. Swisher flied out to left.
And a couple of close pitches in this inning, and Felix seems to be a little bit frustrated with home plate umpire Big Carapaza. The last pitch, that curveball looked like it was on the plate.
Cano.
Nobody there.
And diving in for a base hit is Swisher. The bases are loaded. Santana and Chisenhall, they held their ground.
Felix started to go to first, and then he stopped. By then, Cano, no chance against Swisher. You can see the lead runner, Santana, with the infield in there. We're going to make the ball go through. That's normal when you don't have anybody out, not take a chance. So another break for the Mariners. Good play by Cano to keep it on the infield.
Here's David Murphy, grounded out to Cano, first time. Oh, 1.
Keep their infield in. Play will be at the plate. Put some pressure on Mike Zunino now to keep the ball in front of him. Again, with Felix in his changeup, a lot of times he will throw that pitch in the dirt.
Chopper, Lomo backhand. And they get the lead runner for the first out. Let's play. So Morrison makes the play. Moving to third is Chisenhall.
We'll take a look at a backhanded play. The ball isn't hit very hard, kind of off the end of the bat from Murphy. But Logan came in to get it. He didn't sit back. You watch him come charging on backhand. Makes a good throw to Zunino. Easy play for Zunino. No chance to double up. Murphy still runs well, but a good play by Morrison at first. And now they'll move the middle of the infield back for the double play. Tough hitter.
Yan Gomes.
Again, leading the league and hitting with runners in scoring position. Came into the game with a .372 average.
Down low, ball 1. Felix trying to pitch his way out of a jam here. Bases loaded, 1 out. On to Gomes, he flied out to right in his first at bat. One pitch. Good smothered job by Zunino. 2 balls, 1 strike. Chisenhall at third, Swisher at second, Murphy at first. Good play by Mike.
Well, we talked about it. Felix will throw that changeup in the dirt. He'll also throw a slider in the dirt to the right-hander. So good play by Mike. He was ready to block that pitch.
Adams banging the drum here tonight. Been on it for many, many years. 2-1. Yan Gomes. Fair ball down the line. Chisenhall scores. Swisher right behind him. Murphy to third. 2-run double Yan Gomes. 2-0 Indians. Gomes picking up RBIs 44 and 45.
Late swing by Gomes. Morrison off the bag, which is what you would expect with a right-handed hitter, and he hits this right down the line. Fortunate to keep it fair. See how far off the bag Morrison was. Again, that's normal.
On to third is Murphy. To second and third. 1 out. And the hitter's Chris Dickerson. Swinging a miss on the breaking ball.
Mariners to bring their infield in again with just 1 out. Felix now up to 65 pitches, 42 strikes.
All in a strike. McClendon's club down 2-0. Mariners with 3 hits. Tribe with 3 hits, but they've scored twice here in the 5th. Runner coming home. Nice play by Morrison to throw out Murphy. Second 3-2 we've had here in the 5th inning. 2 away.
Typically when you have second and third, they will go on contact. Mariners fortunate the ball was hit right to Morrison. Another good play. Good throw again. A couple of good throws by Morrison here in the inning, making it easy for Zunino at the plate. Kipnis 0 for 2 tonight. Fly out to left and grounded out to second.
7th man to the plate here in the 5th inning. Chop foul. Runners at the corners now. Gomes at third. Dickerson at first. Runner goes. Throw by Zunino. He's in there safely. Dickerson with his second stolen base. It's 2 out of 2.
A little bit surprising that they would run with 2 outs, taking a chance right there. Pitch down in the zone, a little bit tougher pitch for Mike to throw, and it was a good strong throw down to second, but Dickerson just too good a jump at first and beats it.
One pitch. Fine save. 0-2.
One of the areas where I think Mike has improved again with his blocking. You could see him get around that ball so it didn't deflect off to the side, able to keep it right there in front of home plate.
Long foul. Strike 2, 2-2. Gomes at third, Dickerson at second. Trying to be a long inning here for Felix. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Weak swing, Kipnis gone. And that'll do it for the Tribe. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Leaf 2. 2-0 lead. Frank Gray wishing his 10-year-old granddaughter Taylor Gray in Seattle a happy birthday. So Grandpa on the scene here at Progressive Field watching the Mariners and the Indians. Felix in the short end right now, 2-0. And see if the Mariner offense can respond here against Corey Kluber, who struck out 4, allowing no runs on 3 hits.
Felix was cruising along again, wasn't happy with a couple of the calls early in the inning. Ended up throwing 27 pitches in the 5th inning. Ron Gomes again. He's come up with some big hits against the Mariners.
Sure has.
Now they have their work cut out with him. Kluber's been really good tonight. First pitch strike, 16 batters, 13 first pitch strikes. Has yet to have a 3-ball count in this one.
Miller, Jones, and Ackley 8, 9, and 1. Brad hit the ball hard last time, his first time up. Lined it right to Chisholm. There's strike 1 to get him started.
Starts him off with a couple of cut fastballs. Brad hit it hard the other way, and so now he's trying to keep it in on his hands.
Ground ball to Kipnis. One away. It's taken with Angie Mente.
Batting for Seattle, number 99, James Jones.
All right, Edgy, thanks. 1 out. James Jones, strikeout victim his first time. Corey Kluber, 4th round pick of the Padres back in 07. Acquired by the Indians July 31st, 4 years ago. There's a strike. Breaking balls, beat him. 0-2. Miss 3 pitches. Throw down first, 2 away. That's strikeout number 5. Quick 2 outs. And coming up tomorrow, Century link to what's next. Chris Young against Zach McAllister. Chris Young, to quote Lloyd McClendon's been a godsend to the Mariners this year. 9-6 record. McAllister well off his usual pace. Pitch up in his eyes, line to left field. Coming on is Dickerson to make the play. So a quick inning in the 6th. Tribe leads at 2-0. runs. So we take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game.
And it's Yan Gomes again leading the league in hitting with runners in scoring position, and he picks up a double right here to drive in a couple of runs. Hitting it just inside the bag at first, going the other way. With the bases loaded, nowhere to put them. And for Felix, after throwing 27 pitches, Kluber went right back out there through 7, so not much of a break for Felix. 72 pitches overall, 46 strikes.
Faced 7 men in the 5th inning. Here's Cabrera, followed by Brantley and Santana. Two-day for Cabrera, ground out and strikeout. Indians 6.5 behind Detroit starting today. 3rd place in the American League Central. Just got a piece of that off-speed pitch. Earlier today, the Astros 8-1 over the Athletics down in Houston. Dallas Keuchel got the win. Hamill got the loss. Keuchel's now 10-7. Hamill's 8-9. Chopped off his foot. Angels back in the game now. Bottom of the 5th. It's 4-3 Orioles. Cabrera trying to shake that off. Good care of Paz and Felix, giving him a few extra seconds. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 runs on 3 hits. With Cleveland home 5th. Two pitch, rolls over on, hits it down to Cano. 1 away. Mariners Team Store Fan Dream Stakes contest is going on right now. When you stop by any of the 5 convenient Mariner Team stores to sign up, you're automatically entered to win one of 10 great prizes, including authentic Mariners apparel, a photo with the player, or even a chance to throw out the first pitch. Stop by a Mariners Team Store to enter. One out for Michael Brantley here in the 6th. Strike 1. Brantley tonight grounded out to Cano and struck out looking. One. Bounce foul. Why not document it against one of the best in the business? Felix Hernandez going against Brantley. He's having a good year. 5th in the American League in batting injury tonight. Susan Hall's 8th.
We talked about it last night. Not surprised about his batting average. I thought he was going to be a good hitter, but 15 home runs for Brantley. Didn't know that he would hit with power. Has a chance to hit 20 home runs this year.
4th in hits. 4th in runs, beg your pardon. And 4th in hits and total bases is 6th. He's having a great run. full count here. On deck hitter Carlos Santana. Felix Watson, that's the second walk he's issued tonight. One down, one on in the sixth. Get downtown from the airport for only $2.75 on Sound Transit's Link Light Rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew with you here in Cleveland. Game 2 of a 3-game set. And on to Baltimore from here.
It was a leadoff walk to Santana in the bottom of the 5th inning. They got things started for them to score a couple of runs. Santana ended up not scoring. He was thrown out at the plate. 2 hitters right behind him did.
Bentley will run. He's 11 out of 12. Strike one.
Dickerson already with a stolen base in the game, and that's another thing we talk about, everybody being aggressive with Felix at the plate. They'll also try to manufacture some runs knowing they're going to be tough, so they'll take some chances trying to run. Indians are 6th overall in the American League in stolen bases.
There's a high pop. Zunino settles under it. 2 away. And then I'll bring up Lonnie Chisenhall. Doubled to the right center field gap last time up. Also flied out to left. Brantley back safely. Felix has lost a little bit of an edge after the first 4 innings.
Well, he had to throw a lot of pitches again in the 5th. He threw 27 pitches, and then Kluber came out and just threw 7 pitches, so he was barely able to get his jacket on before he had to go back out there. So you would think that he's dragging a little bit. Get out of this inning, maybe the offense put something together and give him a little longer rest in the dugout.
Chisenhall, another guy having a fine year, 8th in hitting in the American League. 1-2.
The Indians have had a good offense. They are 7th overall in hitting, 5th in runs scored.
Two outs and a 1-2 count here to Chisenhall. Brantley at first. Put it in play. That's a fair ball. Kyle did the right thing. Stayed with it. Never even considered. No, that's a big time play by Kyle Seager to end this inning. Tribe leads it 2-0. Looked like it was destined to go foul. He stayed with it. Nobody appreciates it more than Felix Hernandez. That's a good play.
Well, a couple things on the play. First of all, the ball was in foul territory, and it had that funny spin on it and bounced back fair. And by the time Kyle was getting to it, Chisenhall can run a little bit. He had to deal with the bag. He had to step over the bag, still make the play. But he wasn't spectating at all. Made a good play. It's like Kyle was having a good time. They have that monitor so you can see out into the bullpen. Looked like Charlie Furbush was swinging the bats a little bit, trying to get the guys going.
Andy Chavez, Robinson Cano, Kendrys Morales here against Corey Kluber, who struck out 5, not walked anybody. Indian right field this evening, 0 for 2, ground out to second, fly to center. Coming on Dickerson, and he's there to make the play. One out.
He's been a good pickup for the Indians, hasn't he?
Baltimore, been with the Yankees.
Getting a chance to play and making the most of it.
Michael Bourne out, the center fielder. Place your divots.
Kluber continues to throw strikes. 21 batters face 17 first pitch strikes. Has yet to have a 3-ball count in this one. Only 2 2-ball counts.
There you go. They said 2 double plays turned behind him.
62 pitches, 52 strikes.
Won his last 3 decisions. Here's Cano. Robbie tonight 1 for 2. Got a base hit to right his last time. That was in the 4th.
It's one of the few changeups we've seen from him tonight. He's basically stayed with his fastball and cutter. Mixed in that hard breaking ball, but not many changeups from him.
Oh, and 2. Mariner hits tonight by Seager, Cano, and Morrison. Kluber's got wins against San Diego, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Baltimore, Colorado, Arizona, Kansas City, the White Sox, and Detroit. Cano. Down swinging. Strikeout number 6. Quick 2 outs here in the 7th. Fans, follow every Mariners game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Live look-ins, instant replay, scores, stats, audio, free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download from the App Store or visit Mariners.com today. 2 outs. Here's Kendrys Morales. 0 for 2. Morales a fly to left and a ground out to first. That call.
You can see on the EQC tracer, cut fastball right on the inside corner.
High for ball 2, 2-1.
Only the 3rd 2-ball count for Kluber in the game.
Strike. He is machine-like tonight.
Well, not many of them have been in the middle of the plate, the strikes. So you can see on the EQC tracer to Morales right there, the 2 strikes, both of them on the corners, inside corner and the outside corner.
And Carapazza said Morales did go. So a 1-2-3 seventh. That's the seventh strikeout for Kluber. And he's got a 2-0 lead. By Washington's Lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? Mariner fans in attendance wearing their gear. I like to see them showing off here on the road. 2-0 lead for the Tribe. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers and the Root Sports crew. Very exuberant. I like it. So Felix, if he can pound a zero here in the seventh inning, that'll give him 14 consecutive games, 7 innings, 2 earned runs or less.
90 pitches for Felix, so there's a good chance this will be his last inning. You can see the line. Indians with 3 hits and the Mariners 3 hits. Problem is all 3 hits for the Indians came in the same inning. That was back in the 5th, including a couple of doubles. And that's the difference in this game.
Mariners had 3 scattered hits for Lloyd McClendon's crew. Swisher, Murphy, and Gomes here in the bottom of the 7th. Felix does get through with the 0 here. Standalone, 14 consecutive games, 7 innings, 2 earned runs or less. Base hit. Swisher's second hit tonight. Coors Banquet and the Wildland Firefighter Foundation support the brave firefighters who protect us. A donation of 25 cents from each case of Coors Banquet purchased between now and August 31st. It's going to go to the Wildland Firefighter Foundation. Please help us protect our West and support our wildland firefighters. David Murphy, the hitter 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice. Actually was thrown out at the plate by Morrison in the 5th inning. Strike 2 to Murphy. Rangers lead 3-1 over the Yankees. Bottom of the 2nd. That's in Arlington. Murphy fights that one off. 14,863 on hand here at Progressive Field.
Felix has really done a good job throwing his curveball on the outside corner of the left-handed hitters. The Indians, out of their 9 hitters, 8 of them left-handed. Been able to steal some strikes with that pitch tonight.
Tapper back to Cano. We'll get the out at first. Might have been going to Felix. 1 down. Over to second goes Swisher.
I think Felix did the right thing. He was going to have to jump in the air to get to that ball, and we knew that Cano was right behind him. The last thing he wanted to do was deflect it away and end up with an infield hit. So it was a good decision on his part to let it go. Thought about trying to make a play on it. It was over his head and an easy play for Cano.
6 assists tonight for Cano. He's been busy. One out runner in scoring position for Yan Gomes. What a night he's had. 2-run double down the right field line, plating the only 2 runs of the ball game.
Good pitch from Felix. First pitch slider to him that looked like it was on the outside corner, did not get the call.
Seager plays a hop. Old Swisher at second, 2 away.
And a good decision by Kyle. He started to come in and knew he wasn't going to get there in time. Didn't want the in-between hop. Decided to drop a step, take a step back. A little bigger hop and was able to handle it. Most of the time with Kyle, he's an aggressive playing third baseman. He likes to come in on the ball, but I think he made a wise choice staying back on that one.
Here's Dickerson. Strikeout, reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base in the 5th inning, his second. This is his 18th game at the track. Two and 0. Two outs, runner at second. Felix can get a 0 here. He will establish a new standard in Major League history with 14 consecutive starts, 7 innings, 2 plus runs. 2 and 1.
Great changeup right there from Felix. He's had a good changeup again tonight. Felix now at 100 pitches, 64 strikes.
Two-one to Dickerson. That's a good pitch.
That's a great curveball again. He's had a good curveball all night long. Now in middle of the plate. Still wasn't able to hit it.
Here's Felix, strike away from the record. Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. Pitch to Dickerson. Ball 3. Dickerson, the 9-hole hitter. On deck is Jason Kipnis. 3-2. Struck him out. A new standard of excellence in Major League Baseball. Felix Hernandez, his 14th consecutive start. 7 innings, 2 earned runs or less. Congratulations to Felix. 2-0 Indians. Hernandez, another 7-inning performance, 2 or less earned runs. Major League record, 14 times he's done it now. Stands alone as he breaks a tie with Tom Seaver and Mike Blowers, Bill Kruger. It's a shame you can't get some offense going here to get a W.
Well, you're absolutely right. Hopefully they can score some runs right here for him. But overall, 7 innings, just 4 hits tonight, a couple of runs. They were earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 103 pitches. And Bill, I was saying this before the game today, not knowing what was going to happen, obviously, but just the consistency of his run. And if you look at American League pitchers this year, nobody's even close to this. And now it looks like he's going to have the record. Can you just talk about the consistency and maybe how difficult it is for any pitcher to get on a run like this? Would you say that this, so far, the run that he's been on, and obviously it's still going for him, but this is even better than his Cy Young Award year? Yeah, I think we all agree with that. And on the flip side of it, you have Corey Kluber. It's the first time I've had a chance to see him pitch live, and he's been pretty special tonight. No, you're absolutely right. And he's been working ahead of hitters all night long. And once he gets to that pitch, you're in big trouble because, as you mentioned, I asked if it was a slider, asked if it was a curveball, and the guy said, well, it's just a hard breaking ball. So I would absolutely agree. You don't want to have to deal with that pitch.
Bill, thanks so much. Look forward to hearing your comments on the post-game show as Morrison takes a called third strike. That's the 8th strikeout tonight for Kluber. Mariners have not had a hit. They've only had 3 tonight. The last hit was back in the 5th inning. There's Mike Zunino. Ground ball to Chisenhall. Easy throw over. 10 in a row retired by Kluber in a 2-0 lead. on Root Sports is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Honda. Get a great deal on a new car you'll love at the Honda Summer Clearance Event. And by Money Tree. Proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Good look at sunset here in Cleveland, Ohio. Looking at the Cuyahoga River. It has been Curry, Kluber, and the Tribe tonight. Felix Hernandez is done for the evening, but he did establish a new standard in baseball. 14 consecutive games, 7 innings, 2 earned runs or less. And there's where he is now, top of the heap.
It's amazing. Never been done in the history of this game. It's the greatest run I've ever seen.
Yep, a record performance that's I dare the next guy to try to beat it. Good luck.
I think this year the only one that's been close is Cueto. He ended up starting the season off with 9 of them, and there hasn't been anybody even close to him.
I think Sale's around 5 or 6.
Yeah. Joe Beimel will take over his 38th appearance on the year. 2-1 record, a 1.39 ERA. Really good ERA for Joe. He's pitched well this year. Opponents hitting just .233 off of him.
Got the top of the order. Here's Jason Kipnis. Kipnis 0 for 3 tonight. Nothing doing with that bunt. 0-2. Kipnis, Cabrera, and Brantley here in the home 8th. Mariners will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Top of the 9th. Yan Gomes, 2-run double down the right field line in the 5th inning. Counted for the only scoring here tonight. Two and 2 to Kipnis. Kipnis 0 for 1 against Joe. Full count.
A couple of switch hitters in the lineup for the Indians, and Cabrera is one of them. Santana, due at 4th inning, was also a switch hitter along with Swisher.
Payoff pitch. Jones settles under it, no problem. Away. For years, he sat at the helm as Seattle's manager. Now he's going to take his rightful place in the Mariners Hall of Fame. Join us Saturday, August 9th. We induct Lou Piniella as the 8th member in a special pregame ceremony that begins at 5:30. Plus, the first 20,000 fans, you're going to take home a bobblehead of Sweet Lou. Thanks to Root Sports. Be part of this memorable night. To get your tickets at mariners.com. Bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. 2 ground outs to Cano and a strikeout tonight. Did you ever try switch hitting as a kid?
I tried it one summer. Yeah, I thought it was something that I wanted to do, and I actually liked it. But I think it's difficult when for me, obviously a right-handed hitter my whole life, and I tried, I think it was around 16 years old, maybe 15. Obviously, I had more power from the right side, so it was hard. Go up there and slap the ball around from the left side. Yeah, I was a little late. I would
didn't
say
fit your character.
Well,
at that point,
I was
right?
trying to compete, you know. I mean, but I think for most kids, if they're going to do it, they typically will start early. I know a couple of guys that have been able to do it after they've actually signed in pro ball, but most of those guys have been speed guys, and they're right-handed hitters, so they're trying to get them over to the left side to help them out, get that extra step and a half towards first.
Two balls, one strike. Boy, it's such an asset.
Can be a huge advantage.
Two and one. Infield pop. Here comes Cano. Two away here in the eighth. Root Sports looking for the ultimate Northwest fan from the state of Alaska for one more day. Send us your photo, your story, using hashtag UltimateNWFanAK or by email at ultimatefan@rootsports.com. And you can win a VIP trip for two to Seattle in September, personalized jersey, and more. Official rules, visit rootsports.com. Two outs, nobody on. Here's Michael Brantley. Brantley tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk. Ground ball to Cano. And he throws out Brantley. A 1-2-3 eighth inning. Last ups for the Mariners. Miller, Jones, and Ackley scheduled. Mariners down 2-0. All right, Angie, last three outs here for the Mariners. They got to get cranking here. Corey Kluber sitting on 77 pitches. Fewest pitches in a 9-inning game this season. Henderson Alvarez of Miami, 88 pitches. First pitch strike to Brad Miller. Kluber's thrown one complete game this season, 101 pitches, April 24th, 5-1 win against Kansas City. That was here in Cleveland. Nice play there by Santana, one out.
And there you go. 79 pitches, 65 strikes. He's only thrown 14 balls tonight. He's really given the Mariners No choice at all. They have to go swinging early in counts, and he's been efficient tonight because of that. 26 batters faced 21 first pitch strikes. Has not had a 3-ball count and only 3 2-ball counts tonight.
Impressive.
That's how good he has been. Yeah.
Out pitching the king. There's Jones. He struck out twice tonight. Easy play, Chisenhall. Throws him out, 2 down. Wow. And Corey Kluber, 28 years old, out of Birmingham, Alabama, now lives in Jacksonville, Florida. Originally with the Padres, a 4th-round pick back in 2007. Came over to the Tribe on the trade deadline in 2010. He has been outstanding. He is 1 out away from completing a gem.
The Mariners have only had 1 runner in scoring position tonight, and that was because there was an error by the right fielder.
Cano with the base hit and took second on that play. Right? There's Ackley. Ackley tonight 0 for 3. Fly to left, strikeout, and a line out to left. Ball game this kid has thrown tonight. Two balls, 1 strike. Two and 1 to Ackley. In there for strike 2. Mariners down to their last strike of the evening. Here's the 2-2. Bouncing ball to Kipnis. Throws him out, and that'll do it. Corey Kluber outpitches Felix Hernandez. A 2-0 gem. He faces 1 over the minimum in 2 hours and 12 minutes. It's his 2nd complete game of the season. It's 4th win in a row. It's the 2nd time he's done that. He's now 11-6. Felix drops to 11-3.
I'm sure that Felix would much rather have a W tonight, but he should really be proud of the record that he has set. He's been outstanding again. 14 straight outings with 7 innings plus 2 runs or less. Nobody has ever done it in the history of this game. Unfortunately, he will take the loss tonight. Kluber was outstanding.
83 pitches for Kluber. That's the fewest pitches in a win, a complete game win this season, surpassing Miami's Henderson Alvarez. Series at 1-1. Rubber match tomorrow night. We look forward to joining you then. And right now, Mariner post-game show comes your way with Angie Mentek and Bill Kruger.